Hi everyone, I'm Pat Prokop, and we have a threat for severe weather once again in our area, but this time it's going to be overnight, particularly early Saturday morning from around 3 o'clock to 9 o'clock will be the greatest threat time in our area. A very strong cold front is moving into the region, and that's going to produce the chance for some wind damage and also behind it some very cold air. Let's take a look.
So going to the website, savannahpat.name, first of all, I have right at the top severe weather threats for Saturday early morning. There will be a very high threat for wind damage associated with this system, a moderate to low chance for tornadoes and small hail, very low chance for any large hail, low chance for lightning strikes, moderate chance for some heavy downpours, but very low chance for street flooding. So let's take a look at the Storm Prediction Center. And the severe weather outlook for today, that's Friday, going into Friday night mostly, into overnight hours, is our area is under a slight risk for severe weather with an enhanced risk for the south central portions of Georgia. But then going into the next day severe weather threat, that's Saturday morning, of course the threat extends eastward, including all of eastern South Carolina and the upper portions of southeastern Georgia. But this is in effect from 7 a.m. onward. So the previous threat is for our area for before 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. So the main threat is going to be somewhere around the between 3 a.m. and 9 a.m. tomorrow, Saturday morning. So we'll keep an eye on that. Now, looking at the computer models, here we have this high resolution model here, and it shows some rain moving into the area throughout the nighttime hours, the late afternoon actually into the nighttime hours. This is for late afternoon Friday, and then breaks down into shower activity. Meanwhile, the winds are going to be shifting around from the northeast to the southeast throughout the overnight hours. And let's go into a closer view of this. And southeast United States, here we go. What's going to happen is temperatures are going to slowly start rising throughout the night, perhaps into the upper 60s by daybreak tomorrow morning as this front approaches from the west. Now, here we have it at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. 11 Zulu, Greenwich Mean Time, but that's 7 or 6 a.m. our time, and it shows the front approaching the coastal areas of Georgia and advancing towards South Carolina coastal areas. Now, this is where the line of severe weather will be at its peak, right in this area here, and then moving ahead for our next hour. There we have it at 7 a.m. Just shortly after sunrise. And then the whole system begins to move offshore after that. But the winds behind it are going to remain very strong. And instead of coming in from the south-southwest, they're going to be coming in from the northwest. And these winds will be gusting at times over 30 miles per hour. Now, looking at, again, the SavannahPat.name webpage, let's go down to the forecast winds and forecast temperatures and clouds and what have you. Now, and of course, there's the live radars if you want to look at them throughout the evening hours and morning hours. These radars are updated every 2 minutes. Now, rain chances are going to be, of course, very high. Rain amounts, though, total about an inch or more throughout the area. This is the Savannah area right here. And then we can look at all the different Georgia communities across our area of southeastern Georgia and then into South Carolina. For example, Hilton Head expecting about an inch of rain as well. So everybody about an inch of rain. But let's look more closely at the clouds and winds. Of course, the clouds is no big deal. We're going to be cloudy throughout the night. We'll start seeing clearing tomorrow afternoon. But here we go with the winds. The winds are going to be quite strong, gusting up to around 30 miles an hour, maybe even higher gust at times. That's in the Savannah area. And then in south central and southeastern Georgia, south of the Ogeechee River, we'll see winds gusting up to 35 or more miles per hour. And then into South Carolina, similar to what we're seeing in the greater Savannah area, upper 20s to around 30 miles per hour. Now, the other big news information about this is the temperature associated with this front. Now, the temperatures are going to be rising throughout the nighttime hours, either holding steady or slowly rising throughout the nighttime hours. And then by Saturday morning, temperatures could be about 70 degrees at sunrise, but then it'll be dropping during the afternoon hours and then dropping down into the lower 30s along the coastal areas of the coastal counties, and then in the upper 20s across the areas basically west of the intercoastal waterway. Now, if we go further into the Georgia counties, further inland, you can see the temperatures are dropping into the mid-20s in many locations. And this is going to be on top of those strong blustery winds. Now, the winds will be diminishing somewhat throughout the night on Saturday, but they'll still be strong enough to generate a wind chill. And we're going to take a look at that in just a minute. Over here on the Bluffton Hilton Head area, upper 20s to lower 30s as well, 33 perhaps on Hilton Head Island, but still right around the freezing mark. Sea pines perhaps buffered a little bit by all the water at 35 degrees. Tybee Island, perhaps 33 degrees for the low there. But let's take a look at the wind chill factors and the feels like temperature, as some people like to call it that. And there you can see early Sunday morning, those values will be in the 20s, middle 20s in the greater Savannah area, and in the low to middle 20s across the interior portions of southeastern Georgia, westward from the Interstate 95, and then into South Carolina about the same, mid-20s across most areas of eastern South Carolina in the Bluffton Hilton Head area, and then in the well, still middle 20s further inland into South Carolina. So it's important to realize that this is going to be a fast-moving system. Now, if you have a garden already growing and you have some vegetables and flowers that need protection, I just made a video on that, and here's the link to it. You can see it right over there. There's the link. I put it up there for you. And how to protect your plants with this freezing weather conditions. So let's take a look. One more other thing. While I got the hood up, as I like to say, let's look at those temperatures once again and conditions for St. Patrick's Day. Wednesday is it Wednesday or Thursday? Thursday. Middle 70s will be the high temperatures. So it looks like some good weather for Thursday, St. Patrick's Day. So we might have some rain on Tuesday and Wednesday, but Thursday for St. Patrick's Day, it looks very good. But keep in mind for tonight, tomorrow morning, particularly between, I'll say 3 o'clock in the morning and 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, there is a threat for severe weather with a high potential for wind damage to be associated with these storms. Also, further north from this system, watch what happens there. A big snowstorm will be developing. If you're planning to travel up to the northeast or into the Ohio Valley, eastern Great Lakes states, a massive winter storm moving across that area there. Looking at the snowfall potential, look at all the snow that is expected to accumulate. This purple area here is 6 to 12 inches of snow, maybe even higher amounts in the whiter areas there. And that stretches all the way from the northern portions of Alabama and Mississippi, across Tennessee, eastern and central Kentucky, West Virginia, Pennsylvania, New York, and then up into the New England states away from the coast. Expecting very heavy snow out of that system, but not for us. It's going to be cold.
Well, there's certainly a threat for severe weather with wind damage in our area. Unfortunately, it'll occur during the time when many of us are still asleep in bed. And so it's important that if you have a weather alert radio, to have it into standby mode. Also have your cell phones ready to get text messages from your county alert system. And also tune into your favorite TV station and radio station. And of course, watch the information on the internet if you can. Of course, my site, savannahpat.name. So stay abreast of the weather. Thanks for watching and stay safe.